It's Sunday morning, and you know what time it is. It's time for coffee and trains.
Find a spare couple of minutes and grab a beverage. It's Sunday morning coffee and trains with Deanne.
I love the sound of big steam. Of course, Big Boy 4014 is the biggest now, but until not that long ago, the biggest steam award went to Union Pacific Challenger 3985.
Challenger locomotives have a 4-6-6-4 wheel arrangement. This means that the pilot or lead truck has 4 wheels, followed by 2 sets of drivers which have 6 wheels apiece, ending with a trailing truck which has 4 wheels and helps support the weight of the boiler. This engine has 69-inch drivers and carries a boiler pressure of 280 pounds. From coupler to coupler, the 3985 and its tender measure almost 120 feet long and weigh 1,070,000 pounds loaded with fuel and water. Assisting with the steam engine today are 3 Union Pacific vintage E9 diesel locomotives. Units 949, 963B, and 951 were all built in the middle 1950s to pull the railroad's finest passenger trains. Recently, all 3 of the locomotives were completely rebuilt internally, with the installation of new diesel engines and state-of-the-art computerized electrical controls. Externally, the units have been restored to appear as they did when they were brand new on the railroad. At Summit, the dispatcher holds the 3985 so that a Santa Fe priority intermodal train working upgrade on the south track can pass the special. After rolling by the special, the intermodal train crosses over to the north track as it continues toward Victorville. With the Santa Fe freight clear of the crossover at Summit, the dispatcher lines the switch and gives the 3985 a clear signal to continue its eastbound journey. At the same time, a Union Pacific westbound freight that has been waiting in the clear on the south track starts its descent to San Bernardino.
It's well known that the best video out of that trip came from Pentrex. They had multiple crews on hand, including one in the cab.
The battle over Cajon starts immediately out of San Bernardino. Engineer Steve Lee pulls out on the throttle as the locomotive encounters the start of the 2.2% grade. A high ball on the whistle signals the engineer in the cab of the E9s to open the throttle and begin the assist in climbing the grade. Moments later, the steam special encounters a Santa Fe train drifting down grade on the south track. With the freight still rolling by, Steve uses the radio to contact the engineer in the E9s, asking him to go to run 8 on the throttle, as the train is now entirely on the grade. As the diesels add their muscle to the battle, you can almost hear immediate results as the cadence of the exhaust begins to quicken and the train picks up speed. Steve now has the Challenger's throttle 3/4 open. It will stay in this position for the entire trip to the summit. The speed of the train will vary between 23 and 30 miles per hour, depending on the severity of the curves. The tighter the curve, the more it hinders the speed of the train. Approaching Devore, the steam special overtakes a Southern Pacific freight working upgrade on their line. The SP line runs from Colton to Palmdale through Cajon Pass. The grade on this line is a steady 2.2%, like that of the Santa Fe.
More about this show and a link to the DVD is below in the description box.
Working through Blue Cut, a crewman sands the flues, sending a plume of black smoke skyward. Rolling through Cajon, the north and south tracks are about to split just beyond the double crossovers. The steam special will again be running on the north track. The speed of the train has slowed as it negotiates Sullivan's Curve. The diesel helpers have been a necessity on these trips up Cajon Pass. Although the Challenger is a powerful locomotive, it is doubtful that it could pull this heavy train to the summit without stalling. If it could keep the train moving, its speed would be around 5 miles per hour or slower, and it would take hours to reach the summit. Looking over the shoulder of Steve Lee, the Mormon Rocks are directly ahead. The roar of the exhaust is deafening as the Challenger enters tunnel number 2, the longest of the 2 tunnels on the north track. Notice how quickly the cab fills with exhaust as it progresses through the tunnel. Fireman Lynn Nystrom is doing a great job keeping the steam pressure right at 275 pounds as the train works up the grade.
Did you enjoy train watching with me? We do this every Sunday morning. Stop by on our channel on a Sunday, or better yet, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you know when we're railfanning.
Headed eastbound from Lugo, the train faces several miles of upgrade. With the throttle well open, Lynn Nystrom pours sand into the firebox. The force of the draft sends the sand rushing through the fire tubes in the boiler, scouring them clean. This removes built-up soot deposits that can hinder the efficient firing of the boiler. Near the top of the grade, a westbound Santa Fe intermodal freight rolls by the steam special. With this, we end our coverage of UP's 3985 over Cajon Pass. Ahead are several days of travel for the train as it heads home. The remainder of the trip was without incident, with the 3985 and its train arriving back in Cheyenne right on schedule.